Hi, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss the problem named container with most water problem. So this is a very good problem to start your interview preparation, and this is of level medium. We are not going to solve any easy problem in this entire playlist. We are going to solve medium problems from LeetCode. So I'm going to keep the LeetCode link for this problem in the description. Try to go through the problem section first, problem statement first, and then come to the solution. Okay. So if you have gone through the problem section, you have understood the problem statement properly. Like, we are given an array. This array gives us the collection of n number of, n is the size of the array, collection of n number of bars arranged like this. This is a bar of 1 centimeter. Let's assume this is 5, this is 4, sorry, this is 4, 3, this is 4, this is 5. Okay. So here what we are trying to find what is the maximum amount of water that can be hold by joining these bars. Like you can see, if I am joining these two, then it can be something that can hold water. So what is the distance? This distance is actually between the distance of their indexes. Like 1 is at 0th position, 5 is at first position. So distance of their index is 1, and the height is 1 here. Height is also 1 here. So basically, what is the volume? That is 1. Forget about unit. Let's take that unit only. Here, if I'm taking this and this, like this one is my container, then the width will be of 1 plus 1 2, and the height will be again 1. So that will be 2 into 1, that is 2. If I'm taking this one, then this is going to take 1 width, and also this is going to take 4 height. So basically that is 4. So we actually have to find what is the maximum amount of water that can be held by joining these bars. Go through the problem statement again. If you can't understand the problem statement, then you can't solve the problem. So I'm showing you some possible solutions that are possible in this problem. Like, this can be a possible solution, right? This can be a possible solution. This can also be a possible solution. But we have to find the maximum among these. We have to return the maximum. Like, what will be this will be 1 plus 1 plus 1, and this is 1. I mean, this will be around 3. This will be 3. This is 1 plus 1 and 1, and this is 3. So 3 into 6, 6, and this is 1, and this is 4. So this is 4. So basically this is going to be your answer, because this is giving us the maximum volume of water that can be held. Okay. Next what we have to do, we have to find out a very naive approach to solve this problem. Now try to pause this video here and try to think of a solution, and try to come up with a solution like you were studying in class 5th. Okay. So any class 5th student, they know that this is 1, this is of 4, this is of 3, and this is of 5. So let's try to take 1 as our one boundary. Let's try to take with 5. First we'll be getting this. Again let's try to take it with 4. We'll be getting this. Again let's try to take it with 3. We'll be getting this. First is over. Next we'll be coming for this 5th one. Try to take it with 4. Try to take it with 1. Oh, we can take it with 4, because why to repeat this, because we have already taken this. So we can take it with 4, and we can take it with 3. So 5th one is over. Again coming for this 4th one, we can take this with 3, and that is over. So basically what we are going to do, if we are taking this, if we are considering this our present bar, then we are going to take this and this with respect to the present bar to find our area. And with each iteration we will be finding for this bar, we will be finding for this bar, we will be finding for this bar as well as this bar. So with each iteration, what we will do, we will try to store the total area that we are finding at some variable. Let's assume the variable name is area. And if anytime we are getting the volume greater than this area, then we will be updating it. So that is a very naive approach. So what we have to do now, I'm trying to write the pseudo code. Now those who are preparing for interviews, do not try to go for writing code at once. Try to take a pen and paper and try to practice. It's not only me who is asking you to take a pen and paper. Every DSA teacher who teach DSA, who prepare you for interviews, they are asking you to use some pen and paper first. So here what we are going to do, we are going to start one loop, and loop is from where to where, from I equal to 0, I mean from 0 to length of the array that we are taking. Again, inside this we are going to take another loop from j equal to I plus 1, I mean from the next bar to the end bar. So again, j equal to I plus 1 to length of array. Inside this loop we are going to check what is the volume that we can store. So what is the formula for that? Now there is no formula, there is only a pattern. This is not a formula, this is a pattern. Now see, the height is going to be the minimum of this height and the height we are taking. I mean minimum of the I and j, I can say. Okay, not ij. If you are taking array, then you have to take array of I, comma, array of j. Okay, and you have to multiply it with j minus I. So that will be giving you the area. Let's assume that is area. You have to take some before this loop, not inside the loop, outside of the loop scope. You have to take something called as area and you have to set it at 0. Here if you are getting some value which is greater than 0, so you'll be updating your area. And once you do this for all the elements, all the bars, do not matter how many bars, let's assume n bars are there. So how many times you have to run the loops? Now for the outer loop it will be running n times, for the inner loop it will be running n time at max. So what will be the time complexity? Order of n square. What will be the space complexity? Order of 1. So this is the very naive approach that at a beginning level that you can do. This is a very naive approach. Okay, so the time complexity order of n square, space complexity order of 1. So can we make it better? Every time the interviewer asks you a question, they expect you to come up with a naive solution first and try to focus on an optimized way after that. Okay, so let's try to think of something. Now here what you have to find, now if you read the problem statement properly, here you have to optimize the volume of water that can be stored. Correct? So whenever there is a optimization problem, there comes something called as greedy. Not everywhere, but in some problems, when we have to optimize something like 01 knapsack. In the same channel, in our Radiology Academy channel, you can find some circular gas station problem. That is also one of the greedy algorithm. So greedy algorithms are quite important, okay, because these are the most difficult algorithms that are asked in interviews. So try to focus on them properly. So to apply greedy algorithm, what we have to do, we actually have to find the, either we have to increase the height or we have to increase the width in order to increase the area, or you have to increase both, as area is directly proportional to height and breadth. So either you have to increase height or you have to increase breadth or you have to increase both. So how we can do that? In the previous method, in the naive method, we were repeating some steps. Here we don't have to repeat. See, if we are considering, let's assume we are going to apply the two pointer method. Two pointer or two variables. So here point something, like let's assume that is left. Here point something, let's assume that is right. So now see, left is at the initial position and right it as the last element, or I can say the final one. Now you have to find this area and store this area somewhere. Then see, what can you do to increase our area? Our aim is to increase our area. That is the reward of our greedy algorithm, or I can say that is the aim of your greedy algorithm. So basically you need to increase the height. So among these two, this right and this left, you will find which one is having the less height, or you will try to increase that height. So as you can see, this one is having the less height. So let's try to move it to the next position, like left is moved to the next position and right is at the same position. Now we are going to check this array. let's check this area. How to find the area? Like we have to find the width, this is 2, and we have to find the height of this minimum bars. I told you we have to find the height of this minimum bar. So minimum among these two, I mean among left and among right, between left and right, so that is 3. What is going to be the area now? 6. Okay, now same, we are storing area equal to 0 somewhere, and we are trying to update that with each our greedy iterations. Okay, so the greedy algorithms are mostly, you will find this 2-pointer method quite useful. Most of the problems can also be solved by using the 2-pointer method. Now in the next slide, this was our second position, right? Now here you can see this is our left, this is our right. Here you can see the size of this left bar is actually greater than the size of the right bar. So if its size is greater, I mean the left is greater than right, so you can't move right to the, you can't shift right to the rightmost position. So what you will do, instead of shifting it right, you will be shifting it left. So we will be doing right -1. Okay, so here it will be pointing to the left here, and it will be pointing to the right here. Now you will be taking this area, and you will be finding it and storing it in the area, and you are updating your global variable before the loop that you have taken. Okay, the global variable that you have taken, and you will be storing, updating that. So once this step is done, I mean the left has moved to this 5th position and the right has moved to this 4th position. You have one more step to do, like this one was our 3rd step that you have done. Here you can see the left is pointing to the same position. Why? Because this right is smaller than left, so this is moving. Okay, so there was one mistake, like, okay, I'm clearing the mistake, like this should be here. Okay, so here what happened, this area we have already found in our 3rd iterations. Now the left is here and the right is also pointing here. Here you can't find area because both of them are pointing to the same bar. So here we have to stop. So what is the condition where our algorithm is going to stop? You can actually call it L is less than R. While L is less than R or left is less than right, there you have to stop. Okay, so now we have a concrete algorithm on how to solve this by using greedy approach. So what is the algorithm? First we will be taking something as left, okay, and we will be taking something as right. Basically the left will be at 0 position, right will be at length of a -1 position, and we will be declaring something as area. Now we will be applying a while loop. So the condition will be left is less than right. Okay, so here we will be finding the area by using our equation, that equation finding equation, and here we'll be checking if height of left, okay, is less than height of right. So we'll be adding +1 to our left, plus or equal to 1. Otherwise what we'll do, otherwise we'll be updating our right by right -1, minus or equal to 1. Okay, and finally we'll be returning our area. So as I told you, like this problem is actually from LeetCode. So let's try to write some code on LeetCode and let's try to submit it, and let's see if that code is giving us the proper output. So before I mean you can use some inbuilt functions, but I do not want you to use inbuilt functions. I am quite against inbuilt functions. So basically what I am going to do here, I am going to define 2 more functions. Like one function is for dep maxim. This function is going to find the maximum between 2 numbers a comma b. So here I am going to use the ternary method. Ternary method means return a if a is greater than b, else b. Okay, now here I am going to write def minim. Now I am writing code in Python 3 because Python, I am a Python guy. So left self comma a comma b. You can write code in any language, it's not an issue as far as your logic is concerned. Return b if b is if a is greater than b, else a. Okay, now we are going to write our max area function, and here as I told you at first what we are going to do. Now see, here a list is given to us, like we were talking about array, that is a list here, that name is height. Okay, so first we are going to set something as left is 0. Then we are going to set something as right, that will be the length of height -1. Okay, because we can't access the length of height element. Let's assume our height is of 5 elements and we can't access height within square bracket 5. Why? Because that will be giving us some garbage value or some error. So area is equal to 0. This is our global variable that we are talking about, not global to the entire code, but global for the loop that we are going to write for the while loop. So while left is less than right, while this condition is satisfied, what we will do, we will find the area first. So how to find the area? To find the area, we are going to call our maxim function, and we are going to pass something there. So what we are going to pass? We are going to pass area, previous area, as our one parameter, and in the next parameter we will be finding self dot minim, and in this minim we will be taking height, left height, and our right height. Okay, and we will be multiplying it with something, like here we will be multiplying it with our right minus left. Why? Because this is our width. Okay, so I think try to check for the parentheses. Sometimes they are not correct, and that will not matter if you are going for whiteboard interviews. Okay, you can miss one parenthesis, but try to find the logic properly. If height of left is less than height of right, basically what you are going to do here, here you are going to increase your left value. So in Python we are going to write left plus or equal to 1, else you are going to decrease. Okay, now finally we will be returning our area. So let's try to run the code and let's try to see if the code is correct. If there are any syntax error, we can come to know about it. I think the code is correct. Let's try to submit it. Okay, so the code is correct, and I hope you have understood. I am explaining again in terms of code. So basically we are defining this function to find the maximum between two numbers, the maximum number between two numbers, two given numbers. This is to find the minimum number. You can actually use the max and min that are already available in Python library, but it is better to use maximum minimum. Okay, so here what I am doing, I am taking 2 pointers, left and right. Left is for the leftmost bar, and right is for the rightmost bar, and I am storing some global variable, global for this loop, in area. Global value in area, that is our final answer. So here while left is less than right, while left and right are at proper place, we are finding the area and we are checking which one is maximum. Okay, and we are storing that value in our area. Then we are checking if our height of the left is less than height of the right. We need to increase the height to increase the area. So basically we are doing that. Otherwise what we are doing this, right minus equal to 1. Finally, once the loop is complete, we are returning area. So I hope this was useful. Every alternative day we will try to send you the problems. You can also download our app from the Google Play Store to get all the problems, all the 120 problems that you need to solve in order to crack interviews. And we'll be discussing all the 120 problems. I will be discussing on alternative days. Videos will be coming up on this Eduelco Academy channel. So do not forget to subscribe to it and try to share the video as much as possible. So thank you so much guys, and see you on day 2.